It is a beautiful Saturday here in Heber, Utah, where we're located.
I've got my cup full of tea. I didn't make a drink.
Didn't make anything.
Actually, I did. I drank it already. But welcome to the Girls in the Yarn Cafe. This is our 17th
cup. Wow.
Welcome.
We're sneaking up on 20. So I'm Trysten.
And I'm Christy.
And I'm Christy's daughter.
And I'm Tristan's mom. And I am the dyer behind Yarn Cafe Creations. I'm
the dyer behind dragonhoardyarn.
And you can find me on Etsy as Yarn Cafe Creations and on Instagram as yarn_cafe_creations and on Ravelry as Yarn Cafe Creations.
I'm not going to do it that well. On Etsy, you'll find me under Fingers of Fury. On Instagram, I am dragon_hoard_yarn. And on Ravelry, I am dragonhoardyarn.
You did awesome.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
I tried really hard.
I'm moving our table up just really quick because...
Hi.
Whoa. It's our microphone. Sometimes I wonder if it's
We need to angle it more towards you, remember? Because I'm super
she's
loud.
Yeah.
I am.
So, glad you're here. Thanks for checking this out. We know you have lots of choices, so we're glad you stopped by. If you're a new viewer, welcome. We get a little crazy, and we hope you like what we do. We hope you like our style, but if not, that's okay. There's a lot of other styles out there. Mm-hmm. And
if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Yay. Hello again. And get ready for a bunch of yarny goodness. Thanks for choosing us again. We really appreciate it. Every day when we look at, like, how many people have viewed it or any, like, the number of our subscribers going up, we're always just like, oh my gosh.
People actually watch our videos.
I know.
What?
We just thought we were just talking in the air for a minute there at the very beginning.
You know where I'm really impressed is when I see people that are like, I just binge watched from the beginning, and I'm like, and you're still watching us? You got past my first, like, 2 or 3 episodes, which were...
They weren't bad.
Well, they were just not... I didn't have lighting. I didn't have good sound. It was me by myself.
Or the one where we recorded where you can't even hear anything.
I felt so bad. I was watching the newest Knit for Brains podcast, and they had some sound issues. They got some new microphones. And
that seriously took me back, and I was going to write there and be like, well, welcome. It means you're a podcaster now, because that happens to all of us.
So Alicia and Laura... It happened to us with the clip-on microphones. Mm-hmm. We both had them plugged in, and Tristan's was, like, super static.
It was so bad.
Mine was fine. Mine worked, but I had to totally... I wasn't going to do it over. So I totally made it work, and it still didn't sound too awesome, but it worked. We're past it. Yeah. We've moved on now.
We're like 10 episodes past it.
Yes, totally.
But we will just jump right in. We've got some stuff.
Well, yeah, our exclusive brews that we have going on. So, yeah.
Okay, so right now we are almost at the end of the Changing Staircases knit along. This has been so much fun, guys. I've been dying with seeing all the different colors that you guys have all been choosing from my shop, my mom's shop, and then Meg's from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, and Bad Wolf Girl Studios for her dyeing business. Meg, hi.
Hey, Meg!
We've been doing this collaboration knit along for almost a month now. It's going to be ending on the 31st of May. And we just had a new addition to what the giveaway is going to be. So let me grab that.
Woo-woo. Can I just say how beautiful your guys' shawls are? And I've noticed some people have had questions about, why is mine smaller and why is mine bigger? Yeah. And if it's a one skein wonder, just know that each dyer's yarns might be in different yardage. So I know some of my... sock yarn has more yardage by like 40 yards more than some of the other sock
Well, then
yarns
also like you need to make sure that you're getting gauge because
what
get gauge.
Who does that? I don't agree. I don't believe in that.
I don't pay attention to that much, but if you're a tight knitter, you might need to, because I know one person in particular has been having a hard time with it, and I'm like,
go up in needle size.
How did you go up with needle size? You need to block it drastically, maybe then. But for one of mine that I did it on a size 3, and it's bigger than my original one.
Or do add yarn. Add some stripes in.
Add stripes.
At the
have
end,
fun with it.
I'm thinking at the end, I'm working on one, and I think I might add some more to it. Mm-hmm. Even though it's a decent size.
Yeah.
I might
just
want
have
a
bigger,
drapier.
A little bit more drapery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so for when I do the drawing for this, these are the prizes that we know about. So you'll be getting
That's so pretty.
a skein of my Trelawney colorway on my fluffy sock base.
Fluffy Trysten sock hair base.
Sorry.
Okay.
And then you'll be getting a zipper pull with Hermione. But to go with the zipper pull, you might need a bag.
What?
And so Georgianne from Laughing Stitches, I opened the bag.
Is it Laughing Stitches or is it
sorry.
It's
Stitching Plaza. Oh, sorry, Georgianne. So much talk. So she sent along this beautiful Harry Potter knitting bag. And it took me a minute on the inside. I'm like, what is that? If you look on the inside, it's just like little owls, little potions, and witches' hats.
So cute.
So cute. And I got it, and I don't know what fabric you're using, Georgianne.
It's the interfacing.
I love it.
She uses a stiffer interfacing, and it gives it a very...
Well, even the fabric on the outside, it's sturdier.
I think it's an iron-on interfacing.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's beautiful. What we're saying is it's amazing and sturdy and beautiful.
All these cute things in the bottom.
He who must not be named.
He must not be named. And a cute little pair of glasses for the zipper pull. So I would use this as a stitch marker. Put the zipper pull on it. And enjoy your lovely skein of Trelawney.
And can I just say, those of you who have bags with zipper pulls that are decorated, I got a little aggressive with a couple of mine zipping them. Just be careful, because sometimes you can be too aggressive and pull them right off.
Oh.
Yeah, I've broken 2 of mine. It's not that they were poorly made at all. It's just that I was aggressive. I'm like,
well, maybe that should be more of a disclaimer for you.
Me, yes. I'm aggressive with zipper pulls, apparently.
So for
That's
changing
beautiful.
staircases, knit along. This is going to be the grand prize, and I will be drawing from the chatter thread as well for a pattern, which I will introduce when I draw it. So
Yay.
That's my first. What do you got going?
We still have our Shorties in the Shoebox Cal going on, which is basically just knitting shorty socks, any pattern.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to be 2 inches above your ankle or lower.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be adult sizes. We aren't doing babies or children, unless your child has like a size adult 5 or 6
I was going to say, someone
foot.
on there wrote, they're for my daughter, but they fit me.
Yeah,
can they count? It's like, oh,
they
yeah,
just,
totally.
adult sizes. We just want to be fair, And so it's SS Cal is the hashtag on Instagram.
SSCal 2017
Okay.
is the hashtag.
I'm sorry. Yes, it is. And so we have an FO thread and we have a chatter thread, and you should see some of the fun socks. Vaughn saw the cat socks. Did you see those?
Yeah.
Oh my
well,
gosh.
Vaughn is a freak when it comes to cats.
Because he doesn't really want me to make him socks.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, what about these? And I showed him, and he's like, I'd wear those. I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to make them.
You're like, well.
I kind of am
What
a
did I
vanilla
do?
sock person. So anyway, so
Yeah, me
that
too.
runs all year, and we will be doing drawings every two podcasts. So every month, at the end of every month, you just keep posting.
Yeah.
Get your photos up on the FO thread. I pull from the FO thread.
Mm-hmm.
Get your photos up by the last day of the month, and then I will draw for the next podcast. So let's keep going. That's so fun. And then your shoebox can be really any size, but you only need a small one.
Yeah.
And you can't double dip into Kristen's
Box of socks,
yes.
Cal.
No, because I don't think she does shorties in hers. So I
No,
don't
they
think
have
you
to
can.
be tall socks.
So that one's still going.
Yeah.
And then we still have...
Oh, the beautiful pearled petals knit along that we're doing with...
Should I help you?
You should help me. What the crap?
Haley over
Haley,
Seven.
oh my gosh.
Halesby on Ravelry and Halesby Handmade on Instagram, and she's got a beautiful pattern, and the FOs are starting. There's an FO thread that I forgot to put up, so Haley did it for me. Thanks, Haley. And so the FAs are going... FAs? Whatever that is. The FOs. At least I didn't say the FUs.
Well, you did.
I said the FAs.
Just now.
I did just now. So those are going up now, and so there's some beautiful ones on there, and I know I've heard some podcasters talking about how they're going to start making them.
I'm making it.
Yep, you're making it. You have till May 31st, and then we'll do a drawing after that. But gosh, keep posting them,
I
guys.
have to say, though, her pattern is beautiful. I only want to knit cows now. I want
Got
to
you in the mood.
I want to cast on a ton. Like, I've been looking at other patterns. I'm just like, I love it so much. Like, I love it because a lot of her patterns actually have different pictures in the knitting, or different pattern workage, where this one has like a flower in it. And I just finished my first row where it has all the flowers around it, and I love it so much. But I'll talk about that later too. Okay. But it's a beautiful pattern.
And then we are getting very close to having 2,000 followers.
You guys want to hear something funny?
Yes.
So this morning, I get a text that woke me up from my mom saying, oh, "We hit our mark. We can draw from, or we can draw the winner." And then I get a text like 2 minutes later, like, "Oh, never mind."
I go, no, we don't. Wait, no, we don't. I was looking at the amount of views we had on
for our last video,
and I'm like, we hit 2,000. Can I tell you a secret though? Do you guys watch Taylor
Wool
Needles Hands podcast? We're good friends with Taylor. She's like we're like BFFs. We love her.
I love her. She's coming up soon.
She's almost ready to hit her 2,000 followers, and in my head, I'm kind of racing her a little bit. Like, that's just my competitive nature, and I'm just like, we're about this. We're really close in followers. But
and you want to beat her.
I want to beat her. I'll be so excited for her when she hits it, too.
Of course, yeah.
But, that little competitive nature, I'm just like, Taylor, it's on. It is on.
Like Donkey Kong.
Right on, Taylor. Taylor's coming to visit.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
In June.
We're gonna
Hopefully.
have so much fun.
I shouldn't even say that, but Taylor may be coming in June to visit us.
She's coming. If she doesn't
in my new house.
I'm going to be so sad.
And we're going to do some fun stuff, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Lots of things planned.
Back to Haley.
Oh,
wait, no, we already passed up Haley. We're
Love
on
the pattern.
2,000 followers. So we'll have, for the 2,000 followers giveaway, we have our cute April 9 design bag that I showed on the last podcast. Mm-hmm. And then Trysten has a skein of yarn that she will be, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's on sparkle. Look at that, you guys.
It doesn't have to be. I don't think it'll be on sparkle because not everyone likes sparkle.
That light is making it
That's so bad. Okay,
bright.
well, it's my Amortentia colorway, so it's a very, very light pink base. And then it will have splashes of bright pink, fuchsia, and like a teal.
So pretty.
Turned out so nice. So that'll be with it. And then we also have our lots of sheepy fun goodness umbrella.
Our umbrella.
So those will be all for the 2,000 viewers or 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that.
And so as soon as we get those, we're going to be posting a thread and we'll be drawing from it.
On Ravelry. Mm-hmm. So we have a group, speaking of which, on Ravelry, the girls in the Yarn Cafe. And we have a lot of fun stuff going on there. We have a lot of interaction now. I'm so happy about that.
I know. I think it's because you complained.
Would you call it a complaining or an encouraging?
I don't know.
I think I just said.
It's like, I wish we had more.
Wish we had more interaction on there.
And then all of a sudden, all of you just came to the rescue on it, pretty much.
Yeah. So those of you, if you like what you see, then subscribe. Yeah. And there's 2 things on the subscribe. You can subscribe and then you'll get an email. Mm-hmm. I think. But then there's a little bell, and if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification on your phone, I think, when we upload a video. So if you don't want to be bugged by that, don't hit the bell, but you can at least be subscribed. Mm-hmm. That way you'll know when we have new videos.
Yeah.
Usually every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Our next video may be a little bit later. I'm not sure yet because I'm going to be moving probably that weekend, and we may not have an opportunity.
We might have to do it a week early then.
On Memorial Day weekend? I'll be moving. I'll be packing. So we might have to do it late, but we don't know. If we can get it done on the regular date, we will. So.
Even if we just have to do a little video showing who won everything.
That is so not going to happen.
Maybe.
No, we're not. If we're going to video, we'll just do a whole podcast.
Okay.
And then our last thing.
So I've been working on a collaboration. I kind of give you guys a little sneak peek this last week. I've been working on a collaboration with Georgianne from Stitching Plaza. Hi, Georgianne. Let me grab it. So we decided, like I said before, we were playing around with different ideas. We were thinking Disney themed and then Disney villain themed. And I still think I want to do one with that. Have some colorways in that. And then she was talking about how Pirates is coming out this month, at the end of the month. And we're like, done. So done. And so we came up with a bag and sock yarn collaboration, and it's called Dead Men Tell No Tales. And here's the yarn for it. The yarn is called Captain Jack Sparrow.
Wait, is that on Sparkle?
Yes, it is on sparkle.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's so nice. I really, really like this. And this is a first try for me too. And so it has little flecks of the brown in there for like the ruggedness of the pirates. And then some gray silver in it. And we have some splashes of red and teal. So this is the colorway for Captain Jack Sparrow.
I love it.
And this is the beautiful bag that is going to come with it.
I love it. Hold up the yarn next to it because
I didn't even mean to get it this.
It's like dead on. It's like dead on.
I thought this was.
Do you get it dead?
Dead on.
Because Deadman.
Oh my gosh.
That was. I didn't even try to do that. It just happened
can't
naturally.
even.
Whatever.
Hold on. I need a moment.
Okay. Thanks.
Impressed.
You're
so
so impressed.
I thought that this was more of a tan, and so I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get that. And then I dyed this up, and then I got the bag, and I'm like, actually, that worked out pretty well.
Taupey.
Yeah, it's like
color.
taupey. So this is her drawstring bag, and it looks like it can be a 2-skein bag easily.
How cute that is.
I was just amazed at her quality. And so this is her card. And if I can hold it straight. So it's Georgianne. So these will be in my shop. I believe they're already in her shop. But these will be in my shop on Sunday, the 21st. So tomorrow, if we're podcasting today, you know.
Yeah.
So you will get this set.
It's so beautiful. Pretty.
I love it so much. And this is mine.
So it'll be in your shop, which is...
my shop, which is Fingers of Fury on Etsy. So it's going to be in there. And it's going to be in Stitching Plaza on Etsy as well. So we're both have 8 sets. So when they're gone, they're gone.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. I do think I am going to keep the yarn, though, in my shop. Because I really do like how it turned out. So I'm going to keep that as a regular.
It's so pretty.
And I'm going to put it on a couple different bases as well.
That would be a pretty shawl, too.
I know.
With the grays.
There we go.
And just
if you're interested, hop on over because as soon as this goes online, or as soon as this video is uploaded, if it uploads on Sunday, that's when I'm going to be posting in my shop so that you guys have a chance to go get it.
Cool. Yay.
Okay.
And that is all of our exclusive. Those are all the exclusive brews we have going right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in June, we may have some new ones coming up. I've got some that are starting in the works. I've got a shawl one that I haven't even told you about.
No, you haven't.
Sarah. And I have, what other one did I say in June? Oh, llama. That's all I'm going to say.
Llama. I'm so excited about that.
And that is going to be a fun one, too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
And then I have a collaboration coming, or probably a knit along with Ruth from Everyday Yarnworks.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a podcast, but I haven't seen a recent one.
I haven't either. What the
dinosaurs. See, I don't know what it's called. She changed it, and it was dinosaurs, yarn. What is it?
And coffee.
And she's cute. She's a brilliant designer.
Oh, she is. That's why I'm really excited. I think because it's going to be another shawl knit along that we'll be doing.
Yeah, shawls are kind of the thing. Which
That's all I want to. Yeah.
Leads us kind of into our next segment. You know, what are you wearing?
What am I wearing?
What is that?
Oh my gosh, this is actually my most recent Changing Staircases shawl.
So pretty.
And I used the colorways Selkie from Yarn Cafe Creations.
What?
And Pumpkin from Yarn Cafe Creations. Gosh. And a bright blue from my shop for dragonhoardyarn.
And you know what? They just look so good together. It's so weird.
I really love how it turned out.
Looks rosy, but
yeah. Ow.
I might have just bitten her.
You did. So I love it so much.
Pretty.
It turned out a lot better, and that's what I was saying. Like, this is the one that I knit on a size 3, and the pattern calls for a size 2. And it's bigger than my other shawl.
And you didn't do more rows?
Didn't do anything extra. Followed the pattern exactly, which is really hard for me because I don't follow patterns, as you will see in one of my things that I'm making.
Because your last one was in what yarn? Meg's?
Meg's. Mm-hmm. And this one's just a lot bigger. And
you know, is this the fluffy or the full-bodied? This is the full-bodied stuff. I wonder if it's just a bigger, tiny bit. It's plumpier.
Maybe.
The thing about... I have full body, you have dragon scales, which is the same yarn base, which is 75-25,
But it's a higher twist.
Superwash merino and nylon. But the our fluffy sock is also 75-25. But the fluffy sock, when you knit with it, the fluff, it's still very soft and fluffy, but the other one stays plump when you knit with it.
Well, you would think that it wouldn't be as big then.
Well, it stays
staying plump. And
so
this one, after
bigger.
I blocked it, it spread out more.
Yeah, I think it's because it's a thicker yarn. The other one, this one collapses a little bit after you knit with it. Like I don't want to say collapses. It's the fluffiness. I don't know how to explain it. Never mind. I'm not even going to try. Whatever. I love the fluffy sock, and I love the full-bodied. I love both.
Yeah, I like them for different things and for different reasons.
And, most people don't carry two 75-25s in their shops. Yeah. But I just haven't been able to get rid of one because I love them for different things. Like the full-bodied, I believe,
love for socks.
Is so good for socks because it is a higher twist. It's more durable.
Yeah.
It's going to last longer, and they're still they're just soft in a different way. The fluffy sock is great for shawls and also good for socks, but it's fluffy in a different way. It has more of a halo soft. It's a shorter, what is the word?
It starts with an S.
A longer staple.
So
I believe the other one, the higher twist one, is a longer staple, which that's how long the wool piece is. So when it's spun, it doesn't stick out. The fluffy sock is a shorter staple, so it fluffs out more, and so it's gonna just
pill.
I haven't seen any of mine pill.
I haven't either. For me,
I think over time the longer staples, doesn't that make sense? Kind of like a rope.
No, it does make sense.
It's gonna last longer.
Stay together.
They both work awesome for shawls, awesome for socks, but I think I prefer the full bodied on my new dragon scales. I do.
I just got so terrified because you have a plug over there that's like almost see-through, and I thought you had a lizard in your house.
Because I get lizards all the time. I have a lizard problem, right? In Utah, those lizards that get into your houses.
They're like everywhere.
You get a string of lizards.
No, I seriously, I had a mini moment because I thought that cord was a lizard.
It doesn't even look like, it looks more like
it was like a body
snake.
with the tail.
Like a snake, maybe?
Well, snakes don't have weird fat parts.
Anyway, moving right along.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Oive shawl, which I've shown on the podcast a couple times. And the pattern is by Amy Meeks. She is Indigo Amy on Ravelry, and she has some beautiful patterns, like lots of socks. They just put out
she went on a crazy spree of
socks.
Doing a lot of socks, yeah.
And then she and Debbie, they host the Periscoping Sisters on YouTube, and they just put out a mystery knit along.
Oh, the Mother's Day?
The Mother's Day one that is beautiful.
I feel bad.
I didn't do it. I
was going to do it and give it to you for Mother's Day.
Oh well.
And then life caught up and
whatever.
School started.
Yeah. I've signed up for along the last year. I've signed up for so many mystery knit alongs. I haven't done any of them. I did Mina Phillips. Mina Phillip did the Schlanket, and she also did another one that was a knit along or a mystery one. I did the Snow Melt.
See, no, not the Snow. It's the one that's the one that Trysten did.
No, it's by oh my gosh, somebody.
That's good.
Yeah, it's by somebody really famous and really good.
It's by who?
Susan B. Anderson, I think.
Oh, okay.
And it's beautiful. It's the one that Kristen just made. It is the one that she just did. She didn't write it though. I thought that's what you meant.
Oh no, that the big one. Oh my god. Yeah, I want to make that. I know that Kristen was saying that she didn't like the colors that she chose
at first, but when she finished it.
That's what inspired me to want to make it. But I have so many things on my needle. Well, I left a bunch at home. But I have so many things that I have dream knitting-wise and that are on my needles right now.
Yes, me too.
I can't. You can't do that. But that was something, I want to make that so I can take it to Rhinebeck. Oh, my gosh. See, I want that shawl.
There's so many
And I think I will be making it in, a gray, a black, and then a bright green.
Like three shawls, or that's the 3 colors?
Those are the 3 colors.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty.
Like your awful green color. Or maybe your Cheetos.
My awful green color? Well, I don't have any awful green colors. What are you talking about?
Now I know where I get my fake offended from.
Wait,
what do you mean?
It wasn't fake. Which awful green?
No, your bright fluorescent green.
That's awful?
You're making me feel bad now. It's not awful. It's just,
awfully beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I meant the entire time.
If you're into that, it's awfully beautiful. If not, then it might just be awful.
No, I love it. I just think bright colors, I always describe them as awful for some reason, even though I love them.
Yeah, they're
No,
awesome.
I love bright fluorescent colors, but like, it's like me going outside and it's bright and sunny. It's like, oh, it's awfully sunny.
You know, this conversation kind of became all about you, and I was in the middle of talking about my shawl that I'm wearing.
How's your shawl going?
You know what? It's by Amy Meeks, who's a good friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Check out the pattern. Easy pattern. Beautiful. Now I feel awkward. You kind of took away my thunder for a second. It's in Lavender Fields from my shop, Yarn Cafe Creations. I love it.
I need to knit something with that color. We need to do another swap.
It's one of my favorite colorways, and I'm not generally a purple person.
Me neither.
But the way it has golds and greens, see, it matches my green sweater.
I know, that looks so good.
I can wear it with like my gold shirts that I have, and
do you think this would be work appropriate for you?
Yeah, I've worn it to work.
Oh, good.
I have worn it to work. Yep. I get lazy in the mornings and I forget to grab. Plus, I've got like 3 or 4 that I haven't even blocked them.
That's how I am. I was gonna have a blocking party this weekend on my couch because I can't block anything. I can't block anything on my floor because I have dogs.
Yeah, well, and I'm moving, so I have like boxes everywhere, and
so I just put like a blanket over my couch, and I use that to put the pins in.
That's a good idea.
And then I just block it. Like this one, I didn't even use pins, and that's why the bottom you can't really tell, but it's supposed to have spikies out like this one does.
Well, somebody mentioned on the thread that they're like, I usually hate blocking shawls, but I actually enjoyed blocking this one.
That's fun. This one, because I was soaking it for like 2 hours, I just squoze it out and then just like draped it over my couch.
Did you use some of your smelly stuff?
You can't smell it though.
I can.
Can you?
Yeah, it smells flat, like
rosy. A little bit, yeah. I think I'm going to use more in it next time. I'm going to buy some more though.
The Lolo
it's from Lolo. But I didn't block it. I literally just draped it over my couch and like kind of tugged at it. I didn't put any needles in it.
That's a lot of people do that.
Really?
Tracy of the Grocery Girls podcast, she says she just hangs hers over her couch. That's how she blocks a lot of her shawls.
Oh.
I'm like,
I just couldn't find my pins. And I was looking for the pins after I already got it wet. So I'm like,
I bought the blocking mats and some pins. I didn't know you could just hang it over a couch. Think about, like, we're getting into nice weather now. And in my new house, I'm going to hang up a laundry line across.
Oh, that'll be good.
Because I want to be able to dry my yarn outside. Right now, I put them on drying racks when I do it outside, but sometimes the wind starts blowing and I worry that they're going to blow off.
Yeah.
So if I can get hangy, stringy, ropey.
That'd be so nice, but I'm in an apartment complex.
Yeah.
So I have done it, but I have to sit outside.
So
we're going to start looking at houses.
So no one steals it or so they don't blow away?
So no one takes it.
Would people take your yarn?
There are kids next door.
They would take it just to take it.
Yeah, they would take it just to be like, oh, look.
They'd be like, what is this?
Well, they already let them, like, play in our area, so.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to get mad. They're kids. They don't know any better. But the parents do.
Well, those parents.
It's fine, though. They don't do anything. I'm just worried that if they do take them out, plus I have a very, very creepy guy that lives over there.
Creepy people are not cool.
I think I'm just being really, really judgmental is the problem.
Wow. When fear does that to us, when we get afraid, we get judgmental.
Yeah, and so he's probably super nice, but they're from, like, Nepal or something, and the culture is a lot different there, and they're very involved, and so anytime anyone comes out of their house, they open their door and they watch them walk away.
That would be creepy.
Okay, it's not just
to have someone watch you.
Even when
I'd be like opening my door like really slowly and being like tiptoeing out my door. So
I've done that.
Oh my gosh, I'd be like,
I've totally done that.
Looking up at his place and being like,
well, it's a couple though, so it's not just the husband; it's the wife too.
They both come out.
They both come out. Whoever's home. I almost feel like it's a security thing for them. Like they want to make sure they know what's going on.
Okay,
but every time I drive home, like they're there. They're just waiting at their door, watching me walk inside.
If you do that to people, if you're like those people, any of you watching, just know that it creeps people out a little bit.
I just hope I'm not being too judgmental.
No, they probably have good intentions, but
definitely, it might just be a culture thing. But I don't feel like I want to leave my yarn out there because then I have to be out there with my yarn, and they're gonna watch me.
You know what? We don't have to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. They just might be creepers, and it's okay to say that. They might not be.
They might not be.
You know what? It's good to be cautious because you just don't know.
We were watching a show on Netflix last night called Kid Killers. It's like a documentary on like children who are serial killers.
That's so
and
sad.
have like that are sociopaths and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And so now I really don't want to go stay outside.
See, that's my problem is I watch, like, I love Forensic Files, I love Dateline in 2020, and I watch about all the murders, and I love the psychology behind it. It's fascinating.
Yeah, that's what was very interesting to me, because I was explaining to Eric, like, with sociopaths, that's not necessarily a nurture-based thing. That's something that you were born with. In a lot of like the main serial killers out there, like you hear about their lives and everything like that. It's more of like they were just born that way.
I don't know. I would have
Do you have
to
mixed feelings
debate
on that?
Because
Okay.
a lot of them came from very abusive backgrounds or
And
lost
yes.
a parent and then were overparented by the other parent to like the extreme and unhealthy.
But then in other cases, that's what I'm saying. Like the ones
There
that
are
were on that
cases
video,
that seem normal.
there were but in that video they were talking about like they had a perfect childhood. They were brought up nicely, good family, but it was something chemically wrong with them.
And that's possible.
That's hard.
You know what though? Okay, I'm a skeptic. I'm always a skeptic because doing therapy, I have people come in all the time, sit down with me 3 or 4 sessions in, you know, after telling me, no, my childhood was really normal. Really a great upbringing, get along with my parents, they're still married, everything's good. Then on like the 4th session, something comes up and I'm like, that isn't normal for a child. I think a lot of times people don't know that things that happen in their childhood aren't normal. And they aren't what should happen to children.
Well, that's what we said on another podcast a while ago.
Yeah, so that's, you know, that's my take, and I love watching shows about serial killers just because it is fascinating to wonder, how did this happen? How did you become this way? And you're right, though, some of them, there is nothing. They can't find anything in their childhood or their history that happened to them. They just kind of...
And those are the ones that I think are really fascinating.
They are.
Because it's like,
wonder, what...
how could you fix something like that if it's something that they were born with?
Yeah.
Almost. Like, I just love that. I think it's fascinating. I don't love what happens.
No.
But I think it's very interesting.
It is fascinating. But anyway, that was...
So that's what you're wearing.
That's what I'm wearing. Okay. Well, let's move on to what we're sipping on.
All right, let's jump right in. What are you currently sipping on?
Which one should I start with?
I don't know. Big one.
You know, I'm going to start with one that I did some crocheting.
Yeah.
And my cool crochet project is housed in my new bag that Laura from the Knit for Brains podcast made. And she currently does not have an Etsy shop. So
she needs to get one.
Don't email me and ask me how you can get one. Email Laura.
Bug her. She's
Laura,
she's currently on the Knit for Brains, and they are on Instagram, and they will talk to you.
Are we mean? Are we mean?
I think
Laura,
we're supportive in a passive way.
I think, is it a passive aggressive?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
But
we just believe in you so
awesome.
much that we're gonna bully you into opening a shop.
I just know I'll get comments and questions about
Yeah.
this bag that I love because it's coffee related and it's beautiful, and the inside is checkery and it's
Love
so
it.
cool, and it's drawstring and it's so pretty. Anyway, you can't get them right now, so don't
even ask.
I did some crocheting and I started making a blanket, and here it is so far.
I love it. It's so soft. This is with your bulky.
My bulky merino, which people might be like, you're so crazy. Well, maybe, but I accidentally ordered like 300 of them a few months ago, and I still have
A few months
left.
ago.
It was a few months ago.
This is like almost 6 months ago, wasn't it?
It was before Christmas, I think. But it's 100% superwash merino. My colors are going to be this, then,
She's dying.
then this, then this, then this, then this.
Can you tell it's for her gay daughter?
It's for my gay daughter for Christmas, and she doesn't watch our podcast, so I don't think she'll hear about
I don't
it.
think she will.
But she wanted, the funny thing is she came to me and Trysten, and she showed us a picture of, you know, those great big blankets that are
arm knit?
The arm knit, or the ones that are knit with needles like this big, and one skein of the yarn, because the yarn's like that big around, is like $150. Of course, it's going to take like 10 skeins. She's like, this is all I want for Christmas. I'm like, well, that would be like
for the rest of your life.
I'm like, no. So she's getting a bulky blanket made out of size P hook in rainbow colors. And she not only that, she wanted it to cover her king or queen size bed.
Yeah.
Like, dream on, girlfriend.
Like,
that's not happening.
Cute.
So she's getting like a twin size because that's all I'm willing to do for her. So that was
That'll be
in
good.
my bulky, and I do have those colors in my shop right now, and I know bulky is not really on everybody's mind right now, but you know, like I said, I'm starting my Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I started doing mine too. I'm gonna start grandma's and never show it on here because she does watch.
Well, and I'll just show you really quick. I'm sure I'll get questions, so I better go over this really fast. The pattern that I'm using is my own, and it's just single crochet for a few rows. I'm not counting the rows. I'm just doing it. This is like a whole skein of yarn, all but like a little ball. And then I knit. This pattern is just knit in the hole with, you know, like you would a regular single crochet. The next stitch over, you knit in the second hole down. And then the next one, knit in the first hole, and then the next one over, you knit in the third hole. So it kind of, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Well, it makes sense to me because I grew up looking at your
blankets.
blankets.
Maybe you can see it better this way. So it's like, you go in, like your regular single, well, I started over here. Regular single crochet, and then go down one hole, and then go into the regular hole, and then this one you go down to the third hole, and then repeat that all the way across. So you're going to have to do some math, depending on how long you want it. So you want to make sure you have 4x4s.
Yeah.
So that's my crochet. And you know what? I haven't crocheted in a couple years. It's been a couple years.
Yeah.
And this is just so relaxing, and it's starting to get cold here at night. So having this on my lap at night is really nice.
Starting to get cold here?
Not starting to. It's starting to get warm, but it's still cold at night.
Okay.
And that's how Utah is. Even in the summer, like it can be 110 in the day, and at night it'll get down to 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So you can.
I love that though. That's something
really nice.
I really enjoy. Because I remember going to California and like we'd be in the hot tub at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and then we could go and lay out on the driveway, and it'd be like 10 o'clock at night, and we'd get dry.
It would still be like 90,
it was like warm.
80, 90 degrees, yeah.
And that's just crazy to me.
Okay, what are you?
So what I'm sipping on is In My Bags by Awesome Granny in the Alice in Wonderland colorway. Oh, I have to share something. Me and Eric decided what we're going to do for Comic-Con for dressing up this year.
What?
And it's Alice in Wonderland thing. That's what reminded me. So there is a video game called Alice Madness Returns, and it's basically like the dark version of Alice, even though Alice in Wonderland's already pretty
kind of creepy
and a little dark. Mm-hmm. This one's like bloody dark.
Oh.
And so Eric is going as Alice, and I'm going as the Mad Hatter.
Nice.
And so we found, because we always gender swap the roles, and so we found a really cool outfit that he's going to wear, and he's going to get this big old prop that's like a giant horse head, like a chess set horse head that's like a giant hammer. And I'm playing around with like hat and everything. It's so much fun. I just ordered a bunch of stuff online last night, and then I'm going to be sewing. And so when we sew,
I like that.
So when we start sewing, because we're going to.
We are.
You guys will be able to see some of that. But it just reminded me because my bag by Awesome Granny, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And in it, I always fold them. I am working on my Changing Staircases shawl, and I needed to talk about this and just feel supported.
So pretty.
See, it's pretty. I don't think I'm going to wear it.
You know what's funny is because that is the kind of colorway, that's the kind of colors I would totally wear to work every day.
Yeah.
You know, I wear a lot of real neutrally, but you like more color.
I like more color.
Which is backwards from what you used to be.
I know.
Just saying.
But the thing is, like, I love this yarn so much, and I had been saving it because it is a one-of-a-kind from Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Studios. And I had been saving it. I'm like, oh, let's make a Changing Staircase shawl of it. Since I've made so many of them already, I don't feel like this is a special enough pattern for it. And so I'm going to take it apart. Ooh. And I'm going to make a different... On purpose. And I'm going to make a different Changing Staircases shawl. And I think that I'm going to have to just wait on this yarn. Because I think...
My hair's back.
I want to do something with accents of like a black sparkle base. And do a hooded shawl. Something.
I feel like I'm wearing a bib. Sorry, hold on.
And so that's what this is going to be. But this is what I worked on this week. And I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to make something else out of it. So I just needed to get that off my chest.
It's beautiful, Meg. That is such a pretty color.
And it is knitting up beautifully in it, but I need it for something else.
Do you know, I think for fall, I encourage you, Meg, to try to figure that colorway out again. Because it's beautiful.
I really do. I've had a lot of people ask me about it, Meg, so you might want to.
It's so pretty.
It's pretty. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to make like that with some black, maybe some browns or yellow or something like that. But make a kind of hood cowl with it.
Oh, that would be so like mysterious.
Yeah. So I love the colors for that. But that's what I have been working on, but I'm going to take it apart.
Well, since we're on the topic of changing, I keep saying staging chair cases.
Yeah, she wrote it down with an S earlier.
Staging chair cases stall. So that my changing staircases shawl, I am making. Oh, and what size needle and which needles are you using?
I was using a size 5, which the pattern calls for, on a 40-inch cable, and they're my Hiya Sharps, and I just have to share this.
Did you do it? It happened to you?
It happened. The thing is, if you can see, it's deep.
What are you and Laura?
It hurt.
Aggressive.
No.
Aggressive.
The Hiya Sharps are just mean.
It's called sharp for a reason.
I know, it really is, but it went deep.
I've never had
and
that.
And so
even.
I've had to, I think it's callousing over, so it'll be very nice to have that.
Wait,
so
maybe
it wasn't.
Again. Maybe it wasn't Laura. Who was it that I was watching that had the thimble? That bought a thimble?
That was Meg.
Oh, it might have been Meg. It was Taylor, too.
Oh, no, it was Taylor. Yeah, it was
Taylor bought it like a finger thimble.
Yeah, and I love it. It's like
Wool
leathery.
Needles Hands podcast. Because she was having the same problem.
Well, this is the first time it happened. And then, of course, it's going to go in there every single time that you're knitting and make it deeper and deeper and deeper. And this is even after I had to take off some of it because I got dye in it. And so I had to, like, peel some of it off. And, like,
you?
It tattooed. Like, that's why it's brown.
It's tattooing you.
I'm slowly getting a finger prick tattoo.
Wow.
So.
Finger prick.
Not intentionally.
You're going to call it a finger prick tattoo? Because that's inappropriate.
I'm going... Well, maybe this can just be my you can't
even say...
My knitting tattoo that we were planning on getting.
Oh, yeah, I got a knitting
tattoo. Just have a permanent
tattoo.
dot there. So, yeah. Thank you, Hiya. This is why I'm in love with Chiagoos right now.
Well, I have my changing staircases housed in my bag by Awesome Granny.
We didn't even plan that, guys.
I'm not the only person that has this. I saw it on... Mina Phillip has it?
Mm-hmm.
And so does then...
oh, not that one exactly.
Oh.
She was just talking about...
Leslie on Naughty Knitwits, I saw it.
Oh, that's funny.
And I saw somebody else add it, I thought.
Well,
but I love
have one in that pattern.
Oh, Vaughn loves this one. Like, he
I
died laughing.
I showed Eric, too, and I actually got a smile out of him.
It's so funny. I love it. So this is my changing staircases, and I did it in my Vaughn colorway, and it's actually a lighter version of Vaughn, sorry, that was like dangerous. That Hiya flew right towards your knee.
No, that's a Chiago, so I'm not as terrified.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have screamed.
You would have been like jumping.
Hiya!
Run! Okay, so this is a lighter version, and as dyers, being indie dyers, sometimes they come out lighter, sometimes they come out.
And those are the ones you get to keep.
Well, I still put them on. I just try to take new pictures now.
Yeah.
But this is mine isn't. I haven't blocked it obviously.
Yeah, no, I just like pulling on things.
And I mean, mine is turning out pretty big, and I still have this much to go. Mm-hmm. So mine's going to be one of the bigger versions that people are talking about.
Was this on your fluffy?
It's on the fluffy sock base. So it has a little bit more yardage, and I'm so excited to get it done. I cannot wait to block it and wear it. This is so my colors.
It lays really well, too.
I love it. I love the colors. So that's on my my new Chiagos.
And something I noticed is that with this pattern, you actually do need to let it soak for a while and like not do a light blocking. You need to do an actual blocking. I did a light blocking on my first shawl, and it ruffles now. And it's not as defined on the edges.
Oh, okay.
But this one I blocked more aggressively. I just didn't put the pins in it.
Oh, you didn't see? And if you put the pins on each of the little...
It'll come out almost looking like that, as defined as this.
Yeah, that's what I did with this one.
But I used the pins on the other one. I just had, like, squished it in the water and brought it out.
Oh.
I didn't soak it or anything. So I would suggest soaking it and using pins. Because then, like, this... Like, usually the other one would be, like, super ruffled.
Are you going to reblock your other one?
Yeah, I'm going to reblock it. Yeah. So that's what I would suggest for it.
And what do you have next?
Oh, I have more. That's right. What am I doing? What am I making? I forgot already.
Such a cute bag.
Okay, so this is my bag by Twisted... Wait, am I right? Twisted Daisy Fibers. I got it last week, and I really think I'm on like an Alice in Wonderland kind of binge. Like subconsciously. Maybe. Like I got the Alice from Bags by Awesome Granny, and I got all the tea sets.
That's
from
so
Twisted
pretty.
Daisy Fibers, and I love this one. Honestly, I was thinking about getting this for you, and then I got it, and I loved it.
It's so bright.
I've gotten you so many things, though,
You
so
did.
it's okay.
And did you notice that one's an owl? And that's a kitty.
I did not notice that.
An owl and a kitty cat one. Look at that. Oh, that's so
cute. And then I have my little Sally on the end, because I have Funkos
Cute.
for all my bags now, pretty much. And so right now, I am actually working on the Pearl Petals shawl by
Cowl.
And
you're using fingering weight.
And I'm using fingering weight, but it's by Haley over Seth, and Hales V on Ravelry. And I'm using a fingering weight.
Because her pattern calls for worsted, so that's really cool. You can do it in any weight.
Yeah. So, and you can't really tell because of this yarn, but I love this yarn. We got it in Las Vegas. And it is from Forbidden Woolery, and it's called Steel Grommet. And this is the one that I saw, and I was drawn into the booth, and I loved it. So if you can see, you can't see, this whole thing.
That's a beautiful.
It's a flower. But so I started on it, and I'm bad, I'm awful. I did not do the I-cord cast on for it
and now
because...
it's rolling.
Oh, no, that's fine.
You don't mind that?
No, I want it to roll a little.
I'm going to do ribbing.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do ribbing on the top, and then this is going to be the part for the shoulders.
That'll be so
it's going to lay better, and then the top will
and you'll block
sink in more. And so I'm working on my second set of the flowers right now up here. I can't really see it very well. And here's the pattern.
It's so pretty, though.
I love it so much. You can see it. It'll get better. But this pattern has been making me want to just knit a bunch of cowls. It's so addicting. The pattern is beautiful and super easy to read if you're a beginner. So easy, except for the I-cord. I just didn't want to learn it because I started school this last week and did not realize how psychotic I would become. And just, overwhelmed and everything.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to learn something new. I just wanted to knit on something that I enjoyed, and I'm enjoying this. And the next color, because... how she has it is it can be a 1 color or 2 color, and she has it sectioned, how you can do it. I'm not doing it like that. I'm going to do a fade.
I love that idea.
I'm going to fade it. So it'll be this color. I think I'm going to have one in between, and then it's going to fade into my new Dementor's Kiss. And this is a very, very light version of it that didn't work out. And so I have 4 in my shop. I think I might just switch it to a new color name.
That would be...
Call it Serious Black or something.
What other color you could do?
Well, I can just dye a dark teal on the middle, or I can do fade it to a light gray to match the other gray.
That would be so pretty.
And instead of... because I think it's supposed to be about this tall, and I'm going to make it about this tall.
I don't even have one I could give you. I don't have any light gray back there.
Well, I have to dye some anyways for a custom, so I'll just dye 3. But yeah, instead of this tall, it's going to be about this tall.
I like that. And with the fingering, and it's
going to squish. And then, of course, I'm going to make one in worsted probably later on in the year. But I'm just so in love with this pattern, and I'm so excited. And this is definitely for me.
And this is our knit along, so if you guys want to do it, you've still got another week and a half that you can start on it and post photos.
And the thing is, this section is halfway done to how her pattern is written. And this I did in 2 nights.
Easy. And if you're doing it in a worsted or in a DK or a sport,
it's going to go so much faster.
You'll fly.
And so, Haley, I love this pattern so much. I'm probably not going to be done by the time that the knit along's done because I only really get to knit on the weekends now or Thursday on because I have classes Monday through Thursday.
And you're taking a class that you can't knit in.
No, I'm taking a class I definitely cannot knit in. I keep taking my knitting on, because I always finish my work a little bit faster. Because our group is good.
Overachiever.
Our group is really good. And so I'll sit there for a few minutes and I'll knit, and then everyone else will be done. But it's stats, and I hate it.
Statistics.
But for once in my life, I am understanding something that has to do with numbers. So I'm okay.
Because it's numbers mixed in with other things. But
and the thing is...
not just straight math.
Yeah, with math, I have to understand why I'm doing it, or else I just get really pissed off and refuse to do it. And once I'm lost, I'm lost.
Math is tough for us.
Yeah, we were doing a study group on Wednesday night, and the TA was teaching it, or an SI class, if you will. It's an extra class. And he was teaching a concept that we didn't go over in class, and I got lost, and I just froze. and just sat there and was like so close to having a panic attack because I did not know what was going on. And he called on me and he's like, do you get it? I'm like, and just kind of had to sit there, and another 3 minutes or so went by, and finally I raised my hand. I'm like, I have no idea what you just did. You lost me at the first thing that you started doing.
But you weren't the only one.
Other people in the class were lost too. But that just is how I am, like, with math. And so that's why I'm not going to be doing as many shop updates, or I'm going to be doing shop updates instead of constantly having things in my shop. Because every night, like, I go to work at 7 a.m., go to school in the middle of the day, stay till a little bit later, go home, do my homework, shower if I have time, and then go to bed. Like, that's why.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, I've done 18, 20 credits a semester before. This class is going to kill me. So
it's going to be over because it's a block class, so it's only 6 weeks, right?
I started a week and a half ago, and my midterms are in 2.5 weeks.
But then you'll be done by mid-June.
And then I'll start my math class.
Which you'll find, might be easier after taking it.
It might be.
So,
but that's what I'm currently working on, and I'm loving it. But again, I won't be able to work on a ton of things because of school.
Well, I have another thing I'm working on, and it's housed in my bag you guys have seen. My laughing stitches.
You need to use the llama one.
I'm going to. I just haven't started any new projects. That's my thing. I'm kind of like, no, you've got to finish what you're working on. Well, I did start the blanket, but that doesn't count because I can't take it with me. So, I am working on, and I'm...
Is that just all your shorties where they're all hanging out?
Yeah, this is like a shorties bag. Look at how close I am to being done with this one. I've got to do the Kitchener stitch on the toe.
That's how I was
these
last
are my
night.
cool needle holders by Laura from Never Brains.
Oh,
and you can't buy them, so don't try.
Don't ask.
Don't ask me.
Okay.
Here's the one that's done. This is the one I was going to give Grandma, and it's a little longer than what I make mine. But
yep, it probably fit me perfectly then.
Try it on.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
Because it fits me, it's comfortable, but...
See, I was working on socks last night too, and I was going to try to have them done by today, and then I just fell out of love with... Oh, yeah, they fit me. And then I just... got greedy.
Those are cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and those are... and they're very short, huh?
Yeah, they're short. But I was working on my, what I christened Ron Weasley socks, and it's just very Weasley-esque colors, no pattern or anything. And I forgot them today.
Are they the sport ones?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Mm-mm. I just fell out of love with it.
You know,
and then I accidentally spelled orange juice all over it.
The whole sock mojo thing's a thing. Don't you think? Like the sock mojo thing, you can be in the sock mojo and then you're not. And then
well, the thing is, like, I even started another pair last night and I forgot those too because, I spilled orange juice all over my whole station.
Oh my gosh.
And so I have to, like, a lot of yarn I actually have to go rinse and then hang up. Like one of yours that I got from you. Oh. But I think it's because I was working on the Haya sharps and the 9-inch circulars. And ever since I discovered the 9-inch chiagus, I love it. And now, so, like, picking those back up because I haven't knit on them in, like, a month or two. And then I picked them back up and yeah, I just wasn't enjoying it.
Well, this is Frosted Cookies. And it's not in my shop right now, but it will be back in the shop. And that has blues, greens, browns, and some other stuff.
Was this more of your Christmas colorway?
Is
that where you're gonna bring it back?
Actually, I think it was actually Frosted Cookies because it looked like Christmas cookies with blue frosting and blue writing with snowflakes on it.
Oh my gosh, these could be your Christmas Jewish socks.
Why Jewish socks?
Because blue is Hanukkah.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about the Hanukkah socks.
These can be your Hanukkah socks.
Well, I don't celebrate Hanukkah, but there's a lot of people out there that do.
I've observed the holiday.
That's
with
really
my
cool.
girls from the treatment center.
That's really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my... Did I already show my Donna...
Yes.
The SFO? I finished them. I finished them and I tied in all the ends. And this is how they turned out. And this is my Donna colorway and I love them.
Those are so nice.
They're beautiful.
I was hoping to have socks to show today.
I love doing shorties. Have I mentioned that lately?
I think you might have, but go ahead and tell them again.
I do love the shorties because socks can get... You can lose that sock mojo. Mm-hmm. You can lose that love and feeling really fast. But by the time you get to that point, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, I could sit down and make a pair of these in probably about 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
From start to finish, a whole pair.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're fat. I mean, as soon as you get the ribbing done, you're onto the heel.
Yeah.
And after the heel, that's the home stretch. Like, that's like
I think I'm doing my heels wrong.
You are? We've gone over this. We have gone over this.
I think I'm doing my decreases in the opposite spots of where I'm supposed to be.
You mean like when you... Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you turn the heel, when you do the curvy
right
part?
Here. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
In this section where you're decreasing. No, not when you're turning. When you're decreasing to continue knitting right here. Mm-hmm. I think I'm doing it like right here and right here.
Oh, and you really only supposed to do it...
On the sides.
On one side. Each side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's where you picked up the stitches.
Yeah, not on... Yeah, not
yeah,
on
I'm
this
doing
part.
it on the other ones. And I saw it last night.
So this is getting skinnier? Dumb. This part's getting skinnier?
The heel. Yeah, right here and right here is getting skinnier instead of this side. So,
that could be a disaster.
So, well, I've made some
that you wear.
And they've been fine. But yours, for some reason, have always fit better. And so I think I figured out why. Because I've been doing it wrong.
Whatever works, you know. So that's, I think that's all I have on my things I am sipping on.
I have one more.
Oh, okay.
It fell.
Oh, and I love the bag.
I know. So I'm working out of my Laughing Stitches bag that she made for me. And has the awesome Stitch and Bee on it.
So cute.
Which I love. Still, like, this is, I love it. I've always had something in here. But I've been working, my brother-in-law, he works up in Oregon. He's a biological researcher. And so he's on the ocean a ton. And so even during summer, he's going to be getting cold out there on the Oregon coast. And so I've been working on some different hats for him. And so I created a pattern that I'm going to call the Jonah beanie, because that's his name is Jonah. And so I started doing it on Encore yarn from Plymouth. And it's in the sage... Tweed colorway. And so this is a pattern that I've done many times. I'm writing it down, but there's another pattern that I want to get out first. So this pattern will be available soon. You can't really see much in it, but I do have an FO of it, so you'll be able to see a little bit more. But so this has kind of been when I don't want to read a pattern or when I just want easy knitting, this is what I've been picking up because it's super easy. It's going to have cables in it.
So pretty.
Yeah, it's very...
It looks so, like, snuggly.
Yeah. It looks like mountain classy men would wear it, you know?
Yeah, very woodsy.
Yeah, woodsy, but
and you're using
classy.
Bamboo needles.
I'm using bamboo needles. I always do on my cabled hats for the most part, especially with my worsted. Worsted weight is always probably going to be on bamboo.
Well, because when you're cabling, for those of us who haven't been knitting 100 years, cables can fall off. Yeah. And if it's a slippery needle, it scares me.
I did one on something I'm going to show you guys in my finished objects. I used my Chiagus. No, I used my... That's where this came from.
Your Hiya
I used my Hiya-Hias. And...
Kebabs.
Yeah, if I had the smaller bamboos, but I knit that on like a 1. So... But yeah,
that's probably why I don't get poked, is because I don't use size 1s.
Yeah, I use tiny needles.
The smallest ones I use are... No, I do use a 1, but I'm using my wooden ones, my Chiagu wooden bamboo. Love the bag.
I do too. So that's my last thing that I'm currently sipping on.
Did you already show those?
That's
we're not there yet.
But we're in our next segment, which is called I'm Dying Here.
This is the part of the podcast where we talk about new colorways that will be in our shop. Things that might already be in our shop. Things we've created since our last podcast. And I've got a pile.
Or the ones that I forgot last time and I finally have.
We both have a pile.
Yeah, we both have a pile. So this segment might be a little bit longer, so just bear with us. We're really excited about the new colors, though. I've been checking out her yarn, and she has some pretty good ones. And I'm guessing you've been checking out my yarn.
I have. Do you want to start with yours?
Sure. I'll start with my first one. So this is one that I forgot to show last week, and this is probably by far my favorite color right now.
It's so pretty.
And it's called Skelligro.
Skelligro?
Mm-hmm. So it's from Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter reference. This one is a little bit lighter, and I'm a little upset about it. But this has like a peach base, which is fantastic, and then splashes of this bright, awesome green.
Kind of lizardy colors.
Mm-hmm. And then...
Lizardy.
I know.
You know, lizards.
There was a lizard in here. What?
Yeah, apparently.
So here it is, undressed. Naked yarn. So here's all the fun splashes. We have some pinks in there as well, some black, and some more of a peach speckle as well. So this is my favorite yarn right now. It used to be Trelawney, and then it was Molly Weasley, and now it's Skelegro.
And it's on
And this one is on my sparkle base. It's my fairy base. And I need to figure out what I'm going to knit with this, because I almost want to knit a sweater out of it because the colors are so fun.
Oh, you know what? The fade one would be really pretty.
I know, but I'm already working on a fade.
Yeah, how's that coming?
I know. I'm mad at it. I messed up, but I'm mad at it.
Okay. It's not your fault.
Here's my Skelegro.
Okay.
And this is a colorway that is just probably always going to be in my shop when I do updates. One, because I'm biased and I love it. Two, because a lot of other people have been loving it and getting it. So I'm just going to keep it up in there for at least 3 months until I decide if I want to do an update.
It's beautiful.
And retire it.
Okay, let's see your next one, because we are on it. We have a lot.
I know, but you did one.
Do you want me to? Do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. My newest is this one.
I love that one.
It's called Tea and Crumpets. It's on the base. I did a light mauve. So if you're part of Kristen's mauve along,
I'm totally in that.
So, and then it has speckles of chocolate, moss, and a amethyst. So anyway, I did that, and I also did it on my brand new, not in the shop yet.
So soft.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, this is 75/25 superwash merino nylon. This is my full-bodied sock, which I love. There's a full-bodied worsted now.
Okay, I just have to show you. Usually what happens when you're doing different bases, there's a lot of difference. This one isn't
Not
as
a ton.
much.
Little speckling.
Yeah.
That was because I probably did more
Speckled
speckles.
a little bit
but
more
this
or
is
less.
the softest ever.
Gosh.
It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon on a worsted base.
Yeah.
And it is going to cost a little more because it cost me a little more to buy it.
Yeah.
So these will be in the shop. I have to get labels made for them, but I'm hoping I can put them in tomorrow. Anyway.
So pretty.
That's called Tea and Crumpets.
I really like that one.
Okay, your turn.
All right, so my next one is called Madam Puttyfoot's Tea Shop. And one of my old coworkers actually named it. Because she understood the whole Harry Potter theme that I didn't even mean to get on.
It's so pretty.
But I got on a Harry Potter theme for all my yarn for a while. And so here it is. So it is, the lightness in it is not white. This is a very light gray, or silver, if you will. And then the rest of it is lots of different shades of burgundy.
And plummy. It's
and
like plummy.
Yeah. So I have been really enjoying this. This just worked out really well. And I didn't even mean to make it. This one was an oopsie daisy for me.
It's really pretty though.
But so this one's been selling pretty well as well. And this one will be in my shop on a lot of the coming up updates as well.
Well, I love it.
Thank you.
My next one actually showed on the last podcast, but I hadn't re-skeined it. And it is a huge seller, and I am having a hard time keeping it in stock. It's called Fruta Bomba, and it is teal with golds and like plummy colors and fluorescent orange. I didn't unskein my last one, but whatever. So there it is. It's beautiful, and oh my gosh, I was re-skeining one last night, and I got an awesome new re-skeiner. It's the Crazy Monkey Designs, and it's a motorized winder.
So
well, it pulls from one Swift, and it winds it onto the electric one. Well, this has happened twice. It broke my yarn in the middle. It got tangled, so it broke my yarn, and
no.
Vaughn was talking to me while I was doing it, and I'm like, ugh, swear word. And he's like, well, what are you going to do with that? I'm like, well, I'm going to knit with it, obviously. Now it's mine.
Dang.
Now it belongs to me. So anyway, that's Fruta Bomba. I do have that in the shop on my full-bodied. I did have it on Fluffy, but Fluffy we're out of stock on. So full-bodied, it's in the shop. Okay.
My next one, I'm hoping I can recreate because someone already bought it. But I made one, and here it is, and it's called Holy Zombies.
Oh, I like that.
Right? And so I'm just worried because one thing that is scary with dyeing are these two colors, the burgundy and the bright green, are colors that can definitely turn into mud.
They don't like each other.
They really don't like each other. So that's why I was like, oh, it worked. Well, let's see. And so I pulled it out, and it worked out really well. So there's some, like, russety colors in there, some burgundies and purples, and then the bright green base. So I'm going to try it again. But if I can't, don't hate me. And congratulations to the one person who gets a skein.
You're welcome.
Good job.
I just am looking for something.
Okay, well, I will just continue talking about this color that is amazing. And I
Found
love
it.
Okay.
I found something really important
Oh, good.
that I wanted to eat, and it's called gum. Okay. So.
Well, it is your turn. So, if you would.
Okay. My next one is also on my full-bodied
I really
sock.
like this one.
And it's this one. And in case you don't know, I did kind of a Tivana tea theme. This one's called the Youthberry. It is a bright pink, bright blue, and then the bright pink and bright blue get married and make lavender.
And black.
Black speckles. And that is available.
That's so pretty. Look how bright that is. That's actually pretty true, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
fluorescent pink.
It's a little bit more pinky, I guess.
Fluorescent pink and bright blue. So that's in the shop, and yes, I still have a few left.
That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I showed a little bit of this with what I'm knitting with with Haley's, with the Pearl Petals cowl. But this is Dementor's Kiss.
So awesome.
I love it.
It's so awesome.
I love it so much. But so there's some teals in there and some different types of blue. And so...
And gray.
And gray all over, and some black. So there's different variations of the gray throughout there. And I was trying to get something dark, but I like this better.
I like it.
Because Dementors are just black and boring. So I'm like...
They are, but that's
we'll
really pretty.
This. So I really like this.
Okay, and my next one is also part of my Tivana collection, and it's called Imperial... I don't know how to say this word. Acai. Blueberry. Acai. Blueberry. ACAI with a little hook under the C.
It's acai or acai. It doesn't...
I've heard
depends.
acai. I've heard acai.
Acai.
And it's light blue, lavender, green, and gold. Love it.
That's so pretty.
I'll undress this one.
But
it's just, it looks similar to my Selkie, but it's got lavender, a lot of lavender in it. And it's popular. People love it. And so I made more, and I've got some in the shop right now on the full-bodied sock. And I also have it on DK weight right now.
Oh.
I do.
That would be pretty in DK.
It's actually a little darker in DK.
Really?
It is. DK takes up, it's 100% merino, so it takes it up a little bit differently, but it's really pretty.
I like that.
Thanks.
Okay, my next one is called Mad as a Hatter. See Alice in Wonderland theme?
I do like that one.
And so this one...
I'm working on a peach one myself.
So this one is more of just a light pumpkin-y color.
It looks like peach.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, so peachy with a little bit of pumpkin right here in it. And then you're going to have a bunch of the bright splashes of color throughout.
So pretty.
I'm really loving this section right here. But so here are some of the colors. So some bright blues in there, some fuchsia, some turquoise, I think. But this one is also one that I'm just going to keep in the shop. I'm really liking it. I don't know what it is with my Alice in Wonderland, but maybe that's where I'm going next.
Maybe.
But I was just really excited about this. It reminds me a little bit of the My Island colorway. But this one is not fluorescent at all on the orange. And then it has these fun, bright pops of color that are a lot different. Just side by side, it's like almost different variations.
I love it. It's so
but
pretty.
I like this one a lot.
Because to me, it doesn't look pumpkin. It looks peach.
Really?
Mm-hmm. With purples and blue, or it has purples, blues, and bright pinks.
I was thinking of his tea shop, or not his tea shop, but the tea party. They have in all just the bright colored tea cups.
Look at the top of that. I just love that. The teals. Oh, so pretty.
Yeah, so I enjoy this. I'm excited about that one.
Well, I like it too.
Well, thank you.
So my next set, well, I'll show you one at a time, but this is on my robust sock, and it is a 75% South American wool, 25% nylon. And I am going to make a shawl out of one of these because it is so, like, drapey.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's different than the merino. Merino tends to be more puffy and kind of airy. This is more dense, and it's not as soft as merino, but merino is, like, the softest ever.
Yeah.
But I love it. So this color, I have to look and see. This one is Berry Kiwi Colada, and it's a lilac. Lilac. With green, hot pinks in it. and purples. So that's on my robust sock. And I love the robust sock, honestly. I just think it if you're going to order it thinking it's going to feel like a 75-25 merino, you're going to be disappointed. It's a different feel, but it's a good feel. It's just not the same. It's
good for socks.
Yeah, it would be great for socks. I mean, it's a longer staple wool also. Anyway, so go ahead. You're next.
I only have one left.
Go for it.
Okay. So this last colorway was intentional, and I dyed it specifically for this. It's called Patronus.
So cool.
And so it has this very, very, very light, almost minty blue base.
It doesn't look as minty on the screen. It's very aqua-y minty.
Yeah, aqua-y minty.
So
and then we have all these different blues in here and some periwinkle that pulled both purple and a little bit of pinks in it, which is kind of cool.
And some bright greens.
And some bright greens. I don't
know how that
It's just randomly doing it. It's pretty, but it's doing it to all the skeins. And so here it is.
It's beautiful.
I'm loving it.
So pretty.
Okay,
my next one is called, I have to look because I don't remember. This is Sakura Allure, another Tea-Bana tea flavor. And it's bright pinks. Oh, it's going to be hard to see. It's bright pinks, bright green. Oh, that's the best one right there. Bright pinks, bright green, bright blue, and it has some navy blue in it. And it made some orange in there, but oh, I love it. This is the one that Taylor loves too.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. Oh, I don't know if I'd make a shawl out of it because of
fun
the colors, but it would be so pretty for socks. Oh, anyway. So that's Sakura Allure. And then this one's Pineapple Kona Pop, my favorite Tea-Bana tea flavor. Love it. And so this has got like a yellowy orangey base, and it's got some bright pinks and bright greens and bright yellows in it. And there are some variations on these skeins. Some of them turned out a little more orangey. Some of them turned out a little more bright yellowy. But we're not going to judge them for that because they're all beautiful. You know, every skein is beautiful in its own way. That's a song.
I know. Every skein?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one is... Oh, goodness.
No stitches.
Next one.
I do have one more.
This is actually my favoriteest, I think, out of all of them. And I gotta look. It's called Watermelon Mint. Kind of looks like the Fruitabamba on screen, but it's not because it's more of a spearmint aqua. And the Fruitabamba is teal. Definitely teal. And this has greens, reds, golds.
Burgundy-ish.
Kind of burgundy-ish. I think it has a berry color. It's been a week since I made them. So that is also on the robust sock. And then I've got this green that is Sencha Jade. And it's green with navy blue and black in it. Can you see it? Oh, I'm all looking at it.
I think you showed that one last week.
Did I show this one? I don't think I had.
That one you have it made. Because that's the one that, remember, it looks like my dark mark one a little bit.
Oh, maybe I did, you guys. And then these are all listed, and they're all on robust sock. And then I made another one on the robust, and I didn't list it because, you know, sometimes I'm attracted to colors in my head, and I'm like, I should make a yarn like that. That would be so pretty. And then I make it, and I realize I've already made one very similar to that because I'm like, I made this next one, and it looks a lot like my fairy color of Forest Nymph. I was trying to make it a lighter mauve color, mauve, and it has the green and gold. I haven't re-skeined this one either. See, it has the green, the gold, and some brown burgundies in it, which is very close to
it's
my
almost
forest.
Exactly my Trelawney.
Is it?
Yep.
It looks very close to my... I'll show you. It's right here. It's just a darker... This is a darker version, basically, of this one. And this one has a pop of... Oh, that's called something. I remember... What is that one called? I don't remember that dye. Yours has blues in it, though, but mine doesn't. Mine has more
I think
greens.
it's so funny. We just have very similar...
Funny?
Very similar. Like, if you look at this section right here, it's like my top section right there.
Well, because I wanted to make something with mauve in it, but I was like... Because I know that's kind of something... that everybody likes right now. But there's not a lot that you can dye with mauve.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot looks great with mauve in my head. Because I'm a matchy. Yeah. So anyway, that's all of the weird dyeing here I think we have.
To show that
I
bright
didn't show
one.
this one.
This one's my favorite.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know how it's going to show up on screen.
So this is my last
my
one. It's going to blow it out completely. This one is
There you go.
Passion Tango. And the reason, I'll bring it up close and you can see. It's bright pink, bright orange, and bright yellow.
I love it.
And it's called Passion Tango. And I love these colors. Like, again, couldn't make a shawl out of them myself.
I would.
You could, maybe.
I totally would.
But I'd make socks out of them.
I like that.
Because I love bright colored fun socks.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's available right now. I've got a couple of those left, but I can always make more. And then I have a one-of-a-kind. I don't do a lot of OAKs. And it was, I had made some mermaid party and I had extra dye left because I didn't want to make any more of mermaid party at that moment.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm in the mood to explore. So I made it on the sport base, which, oh my gosh, you guys, this sport base, 75/25, it's my fluffy sport. And so I did the mermaid party base, which is like an aqua. And then I put some browns, some burgundy, and some teal in it. So I have a one-of-a-kind, and I might keep it, but it might be in the shop. So I might add a section called one-of-a-kind because I like to experiment.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just don't want to use it. So I'll give them away to people, you know, as gifts or just keep in my stock. I've got a couple up there that I haven't done anything with. So I think that's it. That's
I have
all
one more.
Oh, I thought you were done.
I forgot about this.
Oh, yeah.
So I am in the middle of the Harry Potter Yarn Club and also the Jim Henson Yarn Club. And those are still running. Those are open right now. There's a couple spots left. I'm probably only going to keep them open through the week. And then because the Harry Potter goes out the first of every month and the Jim Henson goes out the second week of every month. So my last one, this is a spoiler. If you have not gotten your second installment of the Harry Potter Yarn Club, Binnies, do not look because I'm going to show them. And I'm going to show them with the names because they're fun.
They are fun.
Yeah. So let's
do it.
Here is the mini pack
So
that I did. And here are the colors on them.
Vomit. Oh, I feel like I'm going to vomit. That's what I meant.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
So if you can't tell, these are from a specific candy in the Harry Potter universe. And so here they are up close. And I did too many, so I got to keep one.
Woo woo.
So excited.
That's a happy mistake, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that concludes our section, our segment of I'm Dying here. So maybe we should move on to our finished brews, which I have none of. So it's all the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you. So this one, obviously, that I finished, and it's beautiful, and I love it.
It's beautiful.
And then I finished
So cool.
my first Jonah hat, and I just love how these fit because they're squishy and fun, and he has a very large head, so I have to make them a lot bigger, but even just as a slouchy, this is just so comfy. I love it so much. So this is on the Encore yarn as well, and if you want to take a closer look.
And the colorway is?
The colorway is it's burnt orange on tweed. And so this is a pattern that I know by heart. I'm writing it down, but I really wanted to be able to spend time writing down this pattern because I know a lot of people were interested in it, but I finished designing my Hermione's Hogsmeade hat.
So
here's the pattern on it.
Is it a hat pattern? Does it look like one that she wore at Hogsmeade, or is it just
kind of?
Does it? Okay.
Yeah. So there's cables in it, there's some eyelets in it, and then when you put it on, it just fits.
So cute. It's
like a little bit of a slouch on it, so it's not completely tight on it, but I always prefer a little bit more of a slouch anyways to my beanies.
Should I try on the Jonah hat?
Yeah.
This is always entertaining. Isn't it?
I love it.
It's my hair. It's the hair.
See, you're not horrible in hats.
It's my glasses. If I didn't have glasses, which I do wear contacts sometimes, but not very often. See?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Look, you can wear hats.
I can. I wear it in the winter, but then I put my glasses on and something magical happens.
I even wear mine with glasses. Nothing happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look fine. So
I do like it.
So these are my hats.
And even though it's a little big around on me, it's still comfortable. Mm-hmm. It's not squeezing my brain.
Yeah. See, I like mine tight, though. So this one isn't necessarily tight, but it's a little bit tighter on the brim how I want it. But as soon as I started writing it down again and designing another one, I had to take it apart because the count didn't make sense. And so I am working on this, and it will be my next pattern that I publish.
It's so pretty, and that yarn is Forbidden Woolery.
It's Forbidden Woolery. I'm not sure of the colorway.
It's a very mauvey color, though.
So I put this into Kristen's mobilog.
It works. It's mauvey.
So those are my 3 finished objects that I've done this week. And that is it. Do you want to talk about your book before you forget again?
I keep forgetting. When we went to Vogue Knitting Live, I bought a book that I showed you some other books I bought. But this one I kept forgetting. And I'm going to make something out of it. And I highly recommend it because she had a lot of the projects sitting there. And it's super easy. Mm-hmm. It's by Nikki Epstein. It's called Knit a Square, Create a Cuddly Creature. And literally, look at the back. You knit a bunch. All the patterns they start from a square. And then it's how you gather them around that would create the animal. So you start with this, and you end up with this. How cool is that? I mean, and the penguins, same thing. You start with a square, I'll flip through super fast, and you can kind of maybe see. She signed it for me. There's pigs, there's sheep.
There's a dragon.
Turtle, dragon. Little bums.
Some of the patterns now.
Sorry. There's froggies, owls. They'd have to be pretty talented to get the pattern out of that.
True.
So I thought it was so cute, and I have a grandson, and so when I have time, I'm going to make him some stuffed animals. But look how adorable. I mean, just so cute.
Seriously.
So I wanted to make sure I showed that this time.
Super cute.
But our next segment we're going to move into is... I wonder what's in this.
Oh, I totally forgot.
What? That we were doing
I thought we were going into heavy cream already.
No, we haven't even opened our packages. So,
yeah.
To those of you who watched our last episode, we had a lot of stuff, and I appreciate you hanging in there.
Yeah.
I tried to fast forward through the actual opening and the crinkles, and because we had a million of them. And then when I got done editing the podcast, it wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. It was actually... This is one of our shorter ones. It was like an hour and 29 minutes or something.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Usually we're closer to a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So we're going to start now. How many things do you have?
I have 2. You start.
Okay, I have 3. Okay. I'm going to start with my first thing that I've been waiting to get.
Oh, yeah.
That... I don't know if I'll fast forward through this, so I apologize for the crinkling.
We're on a time crunch this week.
My goodness. Maybe I will fast forward through this part. Because we choose to not open our packages until the day of the podcast, we never know what we're going to find when we open it. So,
and you found it wrapped in saran wrap?
I found it wrapped in a whole entire roll of saran wrap. Please stand by. You know, but I do want to say, whatever brand saran wrap they're using, it's amazing.
It's a good brand.
I ordered from Woodico, Woodico on Etsy, my very, very first sock blockers. Wooden. And I ordered you one too.
What? Is that a fox? What?
I did. I ordered us each a set.
When you told me how much they were, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go grab some.
I'm just hoping that, because they look a little big, and like this is supposed to be the size 5 to 6, and I have my sandals on, but I'm looking, and it might be It's like my sandal size, but my actual foot size, it might be a little bit big, so it might be perfect for yours. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be perfect for me.
So these, I got the sheep ones and then the hearts. These, you guys, from Woodico, go to their site. They're in Ukraine. And of course, so you're going to pay shipping, but even with shipping, these were so reasonable. I couldn't believe the price on these.
Yeah.
Can I tell them? Is that rude?
Do it.
They were $12 each. Shipping.
And this is a sturdy wood.
Shipping made them $20. And I don't know if they did this for everybody, but then they give you a discount code when you order after for your next order. And I won't say what it is because it might be different. But it makes it even cheaper. I mean, these are very good quality.
Yeah.
I just am so excited. Yay. So that's from Woodico.
Well, thank you. I love it.
You're welcome. And they put the size on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to try my socks on those.
Me too.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay. So I did a custom order for someone for... It was great. So I did a custom order
For someone.
for LaRue Stackhouse.
Oh, from her?
For her. She's one of my customers. And I got this package in the mail.
Oh, yeah, you dyed her some
I dyed
yarn.
her some custom colors, and then I messed up, and then I dyed her some more and fixed it. And I didn't realize she was going to be sending me a package, and she sent me a beautiful letter, which I stuck my hand in and grabbed and read, and I loved it. Thank you. I didn't look at anything yet, though.
Cheater.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at the pattern.
That is so pretty. Oh,
I think one's for you.
maybe
That's
not
right.
because they look different.
Nope. Hold on. I read it.
What?
I think one was for you.
What? I wasn't even expecting this.
Little something to share with your mom.
It's a good day to be your mom.
I know, right?
Aww.
That's so fun.
Well, hurry. I want to see.
Let's see. So there are knitting
The sugar
bags.
skulls. I love those sugar skulls.
I love sugar skulls. It's so cute. What's in there?
There might be something in there. And when she said a little something to share with your mom, I hope she just didn't need one of those.
There's some stitch markers in there. And then she sent us some earrings that she makes
love
in her
earrings.
shop.
I wear earrings every day.
Super cute.
You don't really wear earrings, so I might have gotten you 2 pair.
No.
Oh.
So one's a zipper and one is a drawstring.
You guys, I love drawstring bags. Do you think that I could
too.
possibly... Oh. I like zipper ones, too.
Oh my gosh. And this one, it's like a filled up.
It's like satin.
It's like satin.
Like my waterbed sheets.
And it has a pocket on the inside.
LaRue, we might have to timeshare these.
Fight over these.
We might have to timeshare these.
Oh, this one has a pocket in it too.
Oh.
That's so cute.
Is the inside color... Yeah, it's a little... I don't know what just happened.
Are you alright? It's okay. My throat's on fire right now for some reason.
My throat is on fire. Oh my gosh, I sing that with anytime
do.
anybody
Anything
says
on
something,
fire.
it's like it's on fire. Oh, LaRue.
I love
This
these.
is so pretty. This just reminds me of pajamas.
Oh,
Just reminds me of pajamas because it's satin.
I love this so
Beautiful.
much. But she doesn't have a shop. In her letter, it said that she just wanted to make them because that's what she does.
LaRue, you are just
So
amazing.
sweet.
We'll fight over these
Thank you
later.
so
There will
much.
be a brawl.
I wonder if I get first pick though.
I think we should timeshare them. Like, I'll make a project and use this bag.
You're gonna make another Find Your Fade and put it in there, aren't you? Like stuff it in just so you can use it.
It wouldn't fit.
Just so you can use it though.
It
Well,
wouldn't
it's
fit.
holding my yarn though. I'm using
What?
2 project bags. One's for the Find Your Fade. I'm just putting the yarn in that one.
I already have something in this, though, that I started yesterday.
Are you sure?
See, I can't give it up now. It's got yarn in it. Hey,
We'll have to figure that out.
while you were doing that, guess what I did?
What?
I wanted to make sure they fit, and they do.
And they do.
Now, I'm not sure that I would get my socks wet and block them on here.
Yeah, I don't.
But to show them off.
I don't block
Yeah,
socks.
I don't block socks. What's the point? Do people do that?
It makes them more loose.
Because I feel like my foot is the perfect sock blocker.
Yeah.
It'll spread out any lace pattern. You'll see all that.
But we don't use lace pattern very often.
I've made the Flying Seagull sock.
Mm.
When I say sock, I mean I made one. That's all. I need to make the second one, but I might have used the rest of the yarn to make those frosted cookies, shorties. So anyway, we weren't talking about that. That's irrelevant to the conversation. Okay, the second thing is I signed up for the Grocery Girls mini swap. The sockless mini swap that Lisa Woodruff does. She's a Life Full of Laughter on Instagram and on Ravelry. And she does these awesome swaps. She used my yarn and one for Naughty Knitwits. And that was a lot of fun to do.
February?
It actually just went out May 15th. So people should start. They should be getting their yarn right now that I did. Hope you all love it. I hope you like it. I know Naughty Knitwits got theirs. And they liked it. So this is... I got Trysten one and I got me one. And the yarn she used is by Stranded Dye Works. And I've never used Amy's. It's Amy Florence on Instagram and Stranded Dye Works on Etsy. She is in Great Britain. And I've never used hers before.
I'm excited.
And so we got all these cute little minis. And they're 10-gram minis. And you get... Do you get 10 of them or 20 of them?
I don't know. I think 10.
Yeah, you get 10. I'm here. I'm the one of the dyers. I don't even know. You get 10 different colors. So, oh, these are so pretty. Wow.
They're so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love that.
What are we going to do with all these minis? Maybe make some stripy socks or something?
I'm so over stripy socks.
Okay, let's not make stripy socks. That's a bad idea.
I think this the one that she put was koi.
Oh, I do like her koi. She's making some socks out of those right now.
Oh, really?
You know what my favorite one is? I think I like this
flamingo
one.
legs?
I love those colors.
I like flamingo
So anyway,
legs.
that's if you guys signed up for Grocery Girls, I hope I didn't spoil it. But actually, I've had them in my bag for like a week and a half. Because they came in the mail a while ago. All right, that's fun.
Put them all in.
So thanks, Lisa. Even though I paid for them, thank you.
Okay, my last one.
Can I just say though, Lisa does a lot of work on those.
Yeah.
She winds each one. And there was like over 100 people in the Grocery Girls one, so she had to hand wind all those little minis for over 100 people.
Gosh.
I know. Good job, Lisa.
Awful. Good job. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I ordered from Vine Yarns, and I actually got it. This is the one where I was like mad the week before because I didn't get really anything, and then
that's
I
in
ordered
Madhouse.
some. And I got it. So let me grab it.
It's so pretty.
That sleeve.
You know, and Kristen doesn't usually do a lot of brights, so that's really beautiful.
Vine, and here's all the things. Which I'm pretty sure we all know who she is at this point in our lives.
She's the host of the Yarngasm podcast.
Mm-hmm. So I got Hot Mess on the footsie base. So this is her 80/20 Superwash Blue Face Luster, so you can feel it. Oh, wow. This is the one that you were interested in, right?
Yeah, because I don't think I got that one. I got her 1-ply wool and another one. That's pretty.
So, yeah. So it's 2-ply.
High twist 2-ply, yeah.
400 yards. 365... Oh, I don't deal in meters. So 400 yards. 100 grams. And there it is.
Bright pinks with blues and oranges.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
Pretty.
That's fun. Okay.
Fun.
That was fun.
Yay. Okay, my last one is by my sweet friend at Molly Klein Design. And she came out with a new bag that she posted a picture when she was working on. I'm like, I must have that much. And she put one aside for me. And it's cats.
Of course it's cats.
Not only that, it's like 70s rainbow colors. I love it. But then I think it's inside here. I also ordered, and you know what I ordered this for? It's a little Notions pouch, but I loved it because it has coffee and tea. But I wear hearing aids, and I have a bag that I keep my spare batteries in, like it's in my purse. But they're just in a pack. But, like, my name tag for work has a magnet, and so every once in a while I'll pull my name tag out of my bag, and it has a battery that it had pulled it out of the package, and once it does that, it doesn't work anymore. So I got a Notions pouch, and I love Molly's bags. Look at the inside of it. To put my hearing aid supplies in, so they don't get magnetized to my name tag or lost. I mean, they just fall out and get lost, and then they're all over. But Molly... Look at the inside of this one. Bright orange. And then she, of course, gave me some Salada Organic herbal tea. Also, someone gave me some great information this morning. Here's Molly's information. She is Molly Klein Design on Etsy and on Instagram. I love her. She's a sweetheart. This tea that we got last week that I didn't know how to pronounce, it's the P-U-K-K-A one.
Is it puka?
It is pronounced pucker.
Pucker?
Pucker, like pucker. It's an India term, and it's pucker.
Okay.
I did not know that. So I'll add Molly's tea that she just gave me to my teacup here for us to try when we're trying out our review of brew, which we didn't do today. So
no, we did not do that today.
No.
Because we just wanted water.
Love that. I am so happy with this. I love tea stuff and coffee stuff. So thanks, Molly. So that is the end, isn't it? Do you have any other? That's the end of the I Wonder What's in This.
Yeah.
So our very final segment is one that a lot of people have really enjoyed, and we enjoy doing it. Some people may not enjoy it, but they haven't told me that.
So it's our heavy cream segment. And so at this point in the podcast, we will not be talking knitting anymore. If you were here for knitting,
crocheting,
or anything yarny based, you can go ahead and leave. We excuse you. It's totally fine. We are now going to be discussing topics that are very non-knitting related. They are a little bit more serious.
It's our heavy cream section.
Things that we take an interest in that we would love to discuss on here.
Yeah, and honestly, this is the part of the podcast, as Trysten and KT and other people say, it's the part of the podcast we can talk about what we want. May or may not interest you, but we're both psychology people. I'm a marriage and family therapist. I am licensed. And Trysten?
I'm going to school for it right now. I have about a semester and a half left to get my bachelor's in it, and then I'm going to be going to my master's program in it.
So we love talking about everyday things that maybe people are struggling with, that we've struggled with, things in our lives that maybe we've overcome. So one thing that I was thinking this week, and I think Trysten and I talk about it all the time, is a topic that I think a lot of people either suffer from, have overcome, or notice in their loved ones or friends, and that is a fear of failure. Yeah. And when I say that, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, yeah. I mean, that's in this world with social media, with TV stars, with supermodels, it's hard to not find an area where you feel inadequate.
Yeah.
You know, and I know body dysmorphic disorder can play into that, not feeling pretty enough, not feeling smart enough, not feeling successful enough, and therefore many people choose to not try because of that fear of the not good enough.
Or the ones that do try and then end up piling way too much on their plate and trying to take on everything at the same time. Be like, no, I got this. And then when they don't get all of it, it's like a crashing blow. I know that's how it is for you and me. Because we're
overachievers.
We are overachievers, and we try to be able to do all the things that people ask of us and go out of our way to do things that people don't even ask of us. And like my day-to-day, your day-to-day is probably like... Yours is super busy, mine's super busy, and the thing is we kind of put that pressure on ourselves to keep it busy. And so... I'm
going to spit out my gum so we can be more serious, and I don't chew on gum.
And so if we ever fail in any of those fields, like I know school's a hard one for me, so if I failed one of my math classes and that shut me down for like a week and I couldn't even do anything, but even during work, if I do something wrong or anything like that, I will like over apologize, feel super bad, think about it for hours, maybe even days, and I know you do that too.
I do.
And that all comes from a fear of failure as well.
And it was interesting because we were talking at work with a coworker yesterday about this and how Trysten and I are a lot alike because we do take on things and we're like, no, we can do it. I think as I've grown up and become a therapist, I have learned how to balance it a little better, and I'm good at saying no now too. But not perfect at saying no.
Yeah, I'm not perfect at it.
And and our coworker that we were talking to, she tends to be more on the other side of it, where it's I don't want to set my expectations too high because I might not achieve them, and so she sometimes underestimates how awesome she is and how capable she is, and so she tends to say,
she's a hard worker.
Oh, she's amazing, and I'm always telling her, I know you can get that done. I know you can do more than what you're doing because you know, so it's finding that balance. And you know what, when I'm doing therapy and I'm and of course it's always different when it's about me, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm talking to people in therapy who struggle from anxiety and that fear of failure, I always tell them, if you set the bar too high, too close to the ceiling, there's no room for anything but failure. You've got your expectations so close to the top that how can you do better? You can only do worse in your mind, so what you've got to do is take that bar and lower it a little bit so that you can have victories, and everybody's going to have failures, and sometimes figuring out the mindset when I do fail, it may not even be a true fail, but when I don't achieve what I think I should achieve, is figuring out a different perspective and not looking at it as I failed, but looking at it as something different. How can I grow from this? Or how could I have done differently? Or was that really my goal? Was that really my goal to achieve that? Or was it my goal to just look good or to feel better about something? There's so many aspects of it that you could dig into.
Yeah, but the hardest thing will always be overcoming your own negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Because overall, we're always going to be our own biggest critics. And I think it's something that you told me a while ago, kind of unrelated, but kind of related, about how if you think other people are thinking about you, how dare you think that you're on top of everyone else's minds? Like, how dare you think that you are not necessarily, like, this important, but that you rule other people's minds?
And just to make everything clear, someone told me that back in my 20s because I was super shy, and a lot of times shyness is related to low self-esteem, and that was dead on for me. I had low self-esteem, and because I was so shy and I had such a high fear of failure, I had a fear of talking to people that they would reject me. So I just didn't talk to anybody. But how that comes across to other people is that you're a snot. And what this person said, not directly to me, she was talking to a room of us. And she said, for those of you that are afraid to talk to people because you're afraid they'll reject you, or and she even said because you're shy. And I remember going, how dare her say that? I mean, I am shy. Like, I can't talk to people. I struggle. And she goes, how dare you all? If you are sitting there saying, I can't talk to people because they might judge me, and I can't wear what I want because they might judge me, or I have to have a perfect body because they might judge me, and therefore I'm withdrawing and I'd rather just not be around people and I can't talk to people. She said, how dare you? What makes you think that everybody else is thinking about you? And I just went, wow, that hit me hard, because I thought, really, it's me that's thinking about me, and I'm sure nobody else is even, they don't care if I'm wearing a purple dress versus a pink dress, or if I'm wearing, and as you know, you've seen on my podcast, I'm always talking about, I can't wear that to work, because I work with doctors, and I have to be taken seriously. And who's to say that a doctor wouldn't look at my hot pink and hot yellow wrap and still take me seriously?
Yeah.
It's that fear that,
how dare you?
How dare me think that they're going to be... That's so funny. I just realized that. See,
we're
not
the thing
perfect.
is, like, that's still something that is on the front of your mind. And I think sometimes it's so deeply embedded in us when we are overachievers and we are trying to take on everything. We don't want to show anyone failure, because then failure in turn is weakness. And then weakness means that maybe that person won't like us, and maybe that person won't like us because we're not good enough. And so it's an entire domino effect, but it's all going back to, you are your biggest critic.
We are.
Other people are not going to judge you as severely as you're judging yourself. And I know I say that to you, but that's because I know that's how I am. Like, I'm judging myself. I'm being critical of myself.
And I don't know how many times a week I put on an outfit, because I've struggled with some body dysmorphic disorder issues my whole life.
Me too.
Maybe some slight eating disorder things, but it was more perception and my perspective of me. That even now when I get ready for work, or even on the weekend, if I'm getting ready to go somewhere and I don't have makeup on, or I just throw my hair in a bun or something, and I think, I need to probably do my hair. And then I stop myself. I'm to the point where I can stop myself now and say, how many times do I go to the store and look around at people to judge? Like, how many times do I look around and see people and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe they came to Walmart wearing that outfit, or her hair's in a bun. Oh my gosh. I mean, I never do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. I don't look at other people. I don't care. So that's what helped me to kind of get out of that mindset of everybody's going to judge me. And honestly, it's not as bad at all nearly as bad as it used to be when I was younger. I mean, it's hardly there now. Like, my attitude tends to be more like, I don't care. Like, I don't even look in the mirror half the days anymore. I used to spend hours in front of the mirror changing my outfits. I don't think I've ever
spent hours in front of the mirror, but I know for me, at least personally right now, that is starting to be a bigger thing for me, or has started being, like, body dysmorphia. Really? And things like that, and holding me to, like, a higher standard. That's been a little bit harder for me. Like, going through my wardrobe, when you fluctuate with your weight a lot, that's something that will be on the forefront until you go back down to ideally what you think should be healthy and happy and, like, your best weight, because otherwise people won't like you. Like,
that is so hard.
It's so hard. And so that's something that I have personally actually been struggling with lately. And going through my wardrobe and finding things that, like, I'm comfortable wearing and it doesn't have to be a show, and throwing away things that, I'm not in my mind, once I lose a couple pounds I can wear this.
That's
like,
a hard thing to do.
Getting rid of that, because there are things I've held on for years. Because I tell myself one day I will fit in that. And that's because I am criticizing myself and I'm holding myself up to a different standard. I'm trying to be perfect for everyone else, but in reality, I'm trying to be perfect for myself.
Well, let me ask you, do you think it's higher that feeling is worse when you're more stressed in your life?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I haven't really noticed a difference, because this has been the last couple years. Okay. It might have been because I've been working with teenage girls who struggled with it, so I was constantly surrounded by that and more aware of it. I know that me personally, I've always struggled with loving my body.
You know, that is such a common thing. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say that is, if you feel like you're the only one, or if you have people in your life saying, why do you worry about your weight? You look great. That doesn't help. I mean,
no.
I mean,
the only thing that's going to stop it is you appreciating your body, or you appreciating things about yourself like that. Other people, it's almost like when someone says to calm down.
Okay, done.
You know, it's like, that was great advice. Thank you. It's a lot of the times when you are hard on yourself and when you do hold yourself up to this unrealistic expectation and standard, like you were saying, you're going to fall short. And you're going to be constantly aware that you fell short.
And I'll tell you what helps me, and because I went to therapy years ago for some things I was struggling with. And for those of you who don't know, I was married to a man who was a drug addict, and he ended up committing suicide. And about 5 years, it's almost 6 years ago.
Maybe about 6
years. In 2011, and he struggled. But even before that, when I was married to him, I went through and did some therapy. And this therapist, this was before I was a therapist, and she did the most amazing exercise with me, and I use it with my clients who struggle with being an overachiever. And I don't want to say that as a bad thing, because I think to overachieve is not a negative thing.
There is moderation.
But if you're so stressed and you can't function daily because of the anxiety that causes thinking about failing, like if work gets so bad that you're like, you can't eat and your family life is struggling. Here's some things that she did with me. She did the what if scenario. So I do this with my clients. So what is your fear? Like, well, I'm afraid that whatever's going to happen, or I feel stressed. So you kind of have to figure out what you're afraid of. If you're feeling stressed all the time, there might be an internal message playing out, like I'm not good enough, or I'm afraid that I might not do well at work, or I might fail a class. So what I would do is I would say, well, what would happen if you did fail that class? And I would let the person say, well, I'd have to take it over. Okay, so then what would happen? Well, I might fail again. Well, what if you fail again? I mean, this is worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to take it again. I just want you all to know I took chemistry 3 times. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, then what would happen? Well, eventually I'd probably pass the class. Okay, and then what? Okay, then I'd be done with it. Okay, so what we usually do, our brains, we go to the what if the bad thing happens, and we stop there. Like, we just think, well, if a bad thing happens, that would be horrible. That would be horrible. Oh my gosh, I can't let that happen. I have to stop that. And so you get into this total cycle of anxiety and fear instead of letting it play out. Well, what if it does happen? What next? What if, even worst case scenario for me was being married to a drug addict husband. my worst fear was he could die.
Yeah.
And she said, well, what if he does? And I said, well, it would be really hard. I mean, that's horrible. And she said, okay, but it would. But then what would happen to you? And I said, well, gosh, I'd be a single mom. I mean, he's not the father of my kids, but I'd be a single mom. And she said, okay, then what? And I said, well, I'm sure I would struggle for a while. It'd be sad. And then what? Well, I'd probably in the long run, I think I'd be okay. And she said, okay, well then what you tell yourself is, I worry that something bad could happen to him. But if it does, because I had no control over it.
Yeah.
I eventually in my life down the road, however many years, I'll be okay. And usually it's not even that serious. It's what if I get fired? Okay, that would suck, and I'd have to find a new job. Okay, then what? Well, I'd have to learn a new job. Okay, then what? Well, I'd probably get used to it, and then I'd be okay.
Yeah.
So if you can go through the cycle and end it with, and then I would be okay, there's going to be a few circumstances in life that we may never be okay. And I know that. I acknowledge that. But that worst case scenario for me happened, and I am okay. Like, that was hard, but I'm okay. My life is I'm still enjoying life, and I'm happy, and I wish he hadn't done that, but I'm okay, you know?
Yeah.
So for those of you, being a therapist, I'm not giving you personal advice. That's just things that have helped me, and I hope that maybe that can help you. What do you think?
Actually, while you were saying that, I remember that you told me that before as well, and I talked to some of my girls about that too, and just seeing it in action, that completely makes sense, because they would be worried about like something from home going on, or my parents are getting divorced. Okay, well, what happens if they get divorced? Well, I'll be really sad, and they'd move apart. Okay, well, what would happen then? And they got to the point where like, okay, yeah, that could happen, and I would be okay with it. It would suck, and I'd have to struggle through it, but that's something I could live with. And it happened on a myriad of different issues that they had, and that's something I would do. And so that makes complete sense, and it does help. And
because you have to put your mind at rest, that because anxiety is about fear, and usually that fear is based on worst case scenario, worst possible scenario. And what it is, we talked about it when we talked about PTSD. It's your brain's way, your very subconscious primitive brain. It's a way of trying to keep you safe. If I can put the worst case scenario in Christy's mind, then she will prepare for it, and then she'll be safe. But what we don't see is the way that our brain tries to prepare us is by making us think about it all the time, and being in a constant state of fear and anxiety, and that is not healthy for anybody. And you have no control over things that happen. You have no control over if you go to Walmart and you're wearing your hair in a bun and somebody's going to judge you. It's probably happened and you didn't know about it. So what about all those other times that you weren't even worried about it and it was happening without your knowledge? I mean, do you see the thing that could happen? You're going to Walmart thinking someone's going to judge you, but you might have been driving down the road and somebody was judging you and you didn't even worry about that one. So why worry about this? Okay. That's just something that I personally have had to struggle with and had to work on, and it still comes up for me. Usually for me it's in times of high anxiety, though, when my life is stressful.
I don't necessarily think that it's been that way for me. I think if it's work related, I know if it's body love related, that's a completely separate issue for me as well. We could elaborate on it more without just like,
but it is related.
Fear failure. Yeah, it's very related, but that one's been going on for a little while. But when it comes to work related and putting pressure on me and trying to do all the things and getting them all done, something I agree, like, you need to step back. Those are times of heightened anxiety for me. Like, for going to school this week and trying to still get 40 hours of work. I did it.
You did it.
But it almost killed me a little bit. So I have to go to 37 and just call it good. Instead of trying to be perfect and trying to live up to a standard that probably will not be healthy for me.
And in the long run, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Nobody knows I failed chemistry 3 times.
Except for all of you now.
Except for you guys, and let's keep that to ourselves, okay? Yeah. That's not all I failed, though. I failed Math 1010.
That's the one
I took it 3 times. I mean, there's the... Okay, anyway, we won't get into that, but I'm not math brained. So I hope that I hope some of that helped you. I know that we could talk for hours about anxiety and fear of failure, that you are good enough. I mean, I want everybody to start seeing their strengths, and we tend to focus on our weaknesses, and we tend to put more weight on other people's negative words about us than we do their positive words about us.
Yeah.
And that should be the opposite.
It really should. And
all the time.
And like going through life, just realizing that you are your biggest critic and you're going to hold yourself up to a completely different standard than other people are going to be of you. And so just remembering to be nice to yourself and give yourself those little victories, acknowledge when those happen, and maybe not be so hard on yourself. And I know that's a little contradictory because I need to do that too.
I just think that the most important thing that helped me and that helps my clients is knowing that if you set the bar too high, there's no room to have a victory.
Yeah.
There's only room for failures. So lower your damn bar, okay? You don't have to make all the knitting projects and be done before everybody else. You don't. I mean, I'm trying to make it knitting related.
That's cute.
For me at work, it's taking on projects because I sometimes feel like I can do a better job. Oh, that's hard to say. That's hard to say. And so I take on more, and I can't always do a better job.
Well, I think with you a lot of times at work I hear you talking about like other people in relation to you. And in reality, I think it's more of like your expectations of yourself instead of all the expectations of people around you.
It is, because I clearly can see sometimes that people are failing me. And so rather than make them feel like a failure, I might just volunteer to help when I really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But in some cases, I'll be honest, they are failing. But that's not the point. Sometimes people take on projects they shouldn't take on. But we're not going to get into that. So anyway, we just want you to know that you are enough, and just try to tell yourself that, and try to know that how beautiful you are, and it doesn't matter what other people say. And I know I watched Inside Number 23 today, and yesterday I watched Katie. She had a great General Waffle section. If you don't watch her General Waffle section was about being enough also.
Yeah.
But I think it's so important, especially in the crafting community. We tend to be overachievers.
Yeah.
We want to be the most creative and keep up with
The
all
most
the knit
successful.
alongs, and oh my goodness, that is so much pressure to put on yourself. So it's okay, and most people don't even know. Most people don't even know what you're trying to accomplish. Only you, and that's why you have stress over it.
Mm-hmm. So
Anyway.
I think a takeaway from this is just love yourself. Even if you consider something a failure that you did, still try to find some good in it, honestly.
And no one to say no.
Yeah, no one
Be
to say
okay.
no. No one to not take on extra things.
Be okay
Give
with
yourself
it too,
small
though.
victories.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just love
just-
yourself and stop being so dang hard on yourself.
Anyway,
Anyways.
we hope you enjoyed that.
Yep.
I hope it helped. I really just want people to be more confident and love themselves. I do. Anyway. So that's it for this episode of this cup of the Girls in the Yarn Cafe, our 17th cup. And we will hopefully see you in 2 weeks from maybe a new dwelling.
Oh my gosh, that'll be so cool.
I don't even know what it's going to look like.
I will be
when
in
we
there
get it.
and we will design it.
We will, because it's not going to look like this. I don't know if I'll have this behind me. We might get some
remodel a bit.
some cute lighting or something.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So anyway, until next time, thanks for joining us, and we love you, and we appreciate all your support.
Yep.
And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.